Hi, this is Namisha Thakur, your Humanities Curriculum Coordinator. In this quick video, I'll go over why we're tackling investigation in humanities with a research paper and how to submit samples via Blackboard by the end of the year. So why are we taking on a behemoth like a research paper in humanities at Uplift? You've heard a lot of this before from your CTLs at Collab Days, but I wanted to reiterate just a few of the reasons. First, investigation is a core part of humanities in the MYP, just like science. Just take a look at these descriptions from the Science and Humanities subject guides. They're more similar than you might think. Similarly to a high-quality science class, scholars of humanities should also be hypothesizing, experimenting, observing, and analyzing to make sense of complex issues and concepts in their world. Who knew? To reflect inquiry and investigation as major priorities, the MYP requires a full investigation in each year of individuals and societies, graded using criterion B and one other criterion. In fact, no matter where you look, research is crucial to our content. In the TEKS, in AP course guides, and in the Framework for Social Studies Standards developed by the National Council for the Social Studies, which has kids as young as 5th grade constructing arguments from evidence and presenting them in writing. Finally, prioritizing research and the level of reading and writing it entails is the product of backwards planning from the DP History Internal Assessment, which is essentially a pretty intense research paper. The first time scholars are taking on research in the field of social studies should not be when they're in the diploma program. This goes without saying, but this effort also helps build our scholars' research and writing muscle around topics of interest to them, both heavily necessary across all DP courses, including math and science. The ultimate goal of this entire priority is to set scholars up for success as they enter the diploma program, college, and beyond, not a gotcha or merely one more thing to add to our to-do list. We all do this work to improve scholars' learning experiences and give them the tools they need to be successful in life. A research paper every year is absolutely a challenging endeavor for all of us, teachers, leaders, and scholars alike. As a network, we likely won't hit our stride with this work for several years, and that's absolutely okay. But we're not in the business of lowering the bar because something is hard at first. We try, learn, adjust, and try again. Here's a quick look at where we've come from and where we're going with this priority. Prior to 2016, our application of research was varied across grade levels, and many of us didn't prioritize research when it was included as a separate unit at the very end of the year. We built a vertical skills scope that included research skills, but wasn't widely applied. Last year was all about awareness. I don't know about you, but when I was teaching humanities at Uplift, I actually wasn't aware that my scholars should be completing a full investigation each year. As educators, we have a lot to focus on at any given time, so something like that can be easy to miss. Our year one goal for this priority was simply to reintroduce investigation as a core part of what we do in humanities. We're continuing to spread the message about the required investigation this year, but we've narrowed it down to a research paper. Our objective is truly to try, so we can lay some groundwork and refine the process for our scholars and ourselves next year. That's where scholar work samples will really come in handy. Generally speaking, next year will be about taking what we learned this year and improving our practices, both at the network and teacher levels. We'll use your work samples to determine a specific goal for next year. We will also use work that we're starting at Collaboration Day 3 to begin crafting a research skills vertical articulation to help us determine which skills scholars should develop and master each year of the MYP. So why submit samples? First and foremost, these samples are not evaluative in any way. They're intended simply to help shed some light on where we are as a network of humanities teachers. Scholar work samples from every humanities classroom across Uplift will illuminate what we're doing well when it comes to research. Areas where we need some extra support, whether that's for planning and executing the paper itself or developing scholars' ability to write clearly and coherently. And finally, how we evaluate scholar writing across campuses, including our collective comfort level using MYP rubrics to grade papers. I'll use these samples to brainstorm how we can better support all of us in developing kids' research, reading, and writing skills, and what our priority needs to be next year. So how do you submit samples? This is the easy part. If you're watching this video, you've already made it to the MYP investigation page on your Blackboard course. Click the assignment at the top of the page titled MYP Investigation Submission. Under the Assignment Submission section, select Browse My Computer and locate the files you want to attach. You'll want to attach any instructions or packet you gave to scholars, such as a research guide, the rubric you used to assess scholar work, and a minimum of 3 scholar work samples with graded rubrics. Aim for average to high samples so we can estimate where most scholars are and what scholars are capable of. All attachments should be included in one submission. If you need to include any notes, feel free to do so in the comments box. Scroll to the bottom and click the blue Submit button when you're ready to submit. And that's pretty much it. If you've already forgotten step 1, don't worry. All of the instructions are detailed for you on the MYP investigation page. If you have any questions whatsoever, please don't ever hesitate to reach out to me directly at this email address.